Today on Investigate TV Plus Weekend, stolen cars turning up at dealerships. We reveal how criminals are tricking people and what you should watch out for.
I feel like I don't know what to do. I don't know who to talk to. I don't know where to go.
Plus, smishing scams. They're designed to trick you with just one click. We speak with a detective whose bold move shut one scheme down.
We needed to get it shut down as soon as possible.
Investigate TV Plus Weekend starts right now. Hello and welcome to Investigate TV Plus Weekend. I'm Lee Zurich. Imagine buying a car from a major dealership only to discover the vehicle they sold you was stolen from someone else. It's happening nationwide with the thieves getting real titles using fake vehicle identification numbers. Reporter Brendan Keefe shows us how to spot a counterfeit car before it's too late.
Police department.
I don't know who to trust.
There's a possibility that car is stolen. If it's stolen, you know about it.
Oh no, I have no idea. And I will call everybody that I can call to show that I have no idea about it.
If you don't cooperate.
I feel like I don't know what to do. I don't know who to talk to. I don't know where to go.
Police aren't here for Chidima Okoro. They're here for the single mother's family car.
They came to me and took it from me.
They're gonna need the keys.
Did you have any reason to suspect that this was a stolen car?
A stolen vehicle from a dealership? No.
Chidima bought the car from Honda South in Metro Atlanta. She had no idea the dealership had sold her a stolen car until special agents contacted her and peeled back the vehicle identification number.
That's the VIN.
The original was hidden under the one they sold me.
You're saying there was a fake VIN number on top of the real one?
Yes.
Let's pull the Carfax. The real VIN goes back to 2016 when the Cherokee was first purchased in New Hampshire. Plenty of history before it's sold again in upstate New York, where it completely vanishes in 2020. That's about the same time it suddenly shows up in Alabama. The very first Carfax record shows that the SUV already had 42,000 miles on it. A 2017 model year with no history for 3 years? They're the same car with two different VINs. One real, one a complete fabrication.
These cars had their VIN numbers switched out.
The vehicle identification number, or VIN, is the first thing these thieves need changed.
People might take your VIN number in order to do something called VIN flipping, to re-VIN and replate vehicles that were stolen.
It's happening from coast to coast and in every state in between.
Changing the VIN and then using stolen title documents from other states to get the cars retitled here in Ohio.
And then they're creating a fake title, and then they're pushing the title through county clerk's office. You've essentially created a car that doesn't exist.
Police have no choice but to seize the stolen cars from the drivers who otherwise legitimately bought them.
These cars are stolen.
When the car's stolen, it's not legitimately yours anymore.
If you buy a cloned vehicle, it is never really yours. If and when the VIN switch is discovered, the car you paid for will be taken and given back to the original owner or the insurance company.
Georgia investigators describe a series of similar VIN swapping crimes. Legitimate Alabama titles were issued after numerous fraudulent Georgia titles were surrendered, a special agent reported.
You can't have this anymore. So you can get all your stuff out of it.
The same day Chidima's car was seized in the same city, the same agent impounded another stolen vehicle the buyer said he got from a different car dealer.
You did nothing wrong. It's just that somebody duped you and sold you a car that was stolen.
How much time is left on your note?
3 years.
You have 3 years left on this loan.
True.
And you don't have the car.
And I don't have the car.
Chidima called Honda South again and again, transferred into a full voicemail.
About a woman who was sold a stolen car by your dealership?
The dealership didn't return our calls either.
The receptionist said they've received many calls from her. They knew exactly the vehicle that I was calling about. They said, "Is this about the Jeep?" Hey, how are you? I'm looking for Troy.
So we went in person to speak with the general manager.
He's not here right now, okay. I've been calling him for weeks and weeks and weeks, and he's not calling me back about this stolen car that was sold.
Help me out. Help my children out. I have my babies asking me, are we going to be okay? Because they've seen me cry so much. I don't think my babies have seen me cry this much. Because it's so heartbreaking. And it's just a vehicle, and I could just get another one. But what about what I've lost? And what about the inconveniences of it? And who says I have the extra to go back get another one right now? Who says that? How do you know I have an extra to get another one? Because I really don't.
After our multiple attempts to reach the dealership, the general manager agreed to meet with Chidima, and she recorded their conversation.
The title that we have is fake. Or we didn't know. This person purchased that vehicle somewhere in Alabama or registered the vehicle in Alabama, came in over here and traded it in and purchased another vehicle. Of course, we can't find him there because the phone number, everything changed.
How much is the payment?
$609 without the interest, yeah.
Per month, you're writing a $609 check for a car that you don't even have for the next 3 years.
Yeah.
You haven't done nothing wrong. All you did just purchase the vehicle, right? It falls on us. Yeah, I'm gonna take care of this, and I'm gonna go ahead and make the payment for this month for you. I'm gonna go ahead put you on the bottom of the SUV.
It turns out VINs are incredibly easy to fake. We found laser-etched VIN plates for sale online, and we ordered one matching Chidima's fake VIN, no questions asked. One tip is to match the VIN under the windshield with the one inside the driver's door. It's printed on the manufacturer's build sticker. But we found several of those for sale online too, printing official-looking stickers with whatever you'd like. The best way to protect yourself is to buy an inexpensive onboard diagnostic scanner. For less than $20, an OBD scanner will not only show you what that check engine light really means, the device will reveal the genuine VIN buried inside the car's computer. A simple solution that could have saved Chidima from unwittingly buying that stolen car.
If you could speak to that person who's done this to you and your family, what would you say to them?
Was it worth it? Whatever it was that you made out of it, was it worth it? You didn't think ahead. You didn't think about who it was going to hurt.
The car dealership was working with the single mom to get her a full refund. The National Insurance Crime Bureau has a free VIN check service on its website at nicb.org. A $3.75 toll tax turns out to be a massive scam with international ties. How one detective helped pull the plug in a global smishing plot. Next. Thousands of phones pinged with the same text, pay a small toll fee, or face a fine. But what seemed routine was actually a scam stretching across state lines and even overseas. Reporter Meg Gatto in New Orleans uncovers how a sharp-eyed detective cracked the code, teaming up with federal agents to help bring down a fraudulent site in a first-of-its-kind cyber takedown.
Thousands of phones across Louisiana pinged in September with the same incoming text.
Basically, it said that you had driven on a Louisiana toll road and had to go to this website to pay a $3.75 fee for driving on the roadway.
Brad Rickey received one.
If you did not pay that fee, you'd be fined $30.
Some of his friends and colleagues received them too. Rickey says he followed the text instructions and logged onto the website gopass.info. Rickey says what popped up looked like a real site.
This is the legitimate Louisiana DOTD GoPass logo with the font, the styling, the coloring.
The website asked for credit card information to pay a $3.75 toll. But Rickey, a Kenner police detective, realized something didn't seem right.
Really, the only thing that worked on this website were the portions that collected your personal information, name, date of birth, email address, phone number.
Instead of putting in his information, Rickey, who's investigated cyber crimes for years, paused.
And once I determined that it was most probably fake, I contacted Louisiana DOTD and spoke with members there, and they wound up confirming that it was indeed fake.
He turned to his boss, Chief Keith Conley.
Kind of like a mystery novel, so I said, yeah, follow it and see where it ends up.
In the past, when Kenner police would uncover a scam like this, Rickey says the department would put out an alert to residents to be vigilant with their phones and finances. But beyond that, the police department was limited in what it could do. Ricky was determined not to stop there.
We needed to get it shut down as soon as possible.
So he reached out to the Department of Homeland Security investigations.
We are a federal law enforcement agency, and we conduct federal criminal investigations on a global scale.
Special Agent Jessica Zappardo says the text Ricky received is a clear example of a smishing scam.
It is a cyber attack that uses a fake text message to trick people into sharing sensitive information.
She believes it targeted people all over the state and in other parts of the country.
I work with a lot of people who have out-of-state area codes, and they are also receiving very similar text messages, but related to the state where their area code is from.
Federal investigators were able to determine the website came from a server in Russia. Tracking down the people responsible, not an easy task.
Because what can you do? You know, the Kenner Police Department can't go to Russia and arrest anyone.
Homeland Security investigators worked with Ricky to devise a plan, something the feds have done in the past, but never before in Kenner.
I submitted a search warrant to a judge here in Jefferson Parish. She reviewed it and signed it, which allowed us to seize the website.
Now, seizing a website, that's pretty unprecedented.
That's correct. I know of no other local agencies who have done this before.
What is the purpose of seizing a website?
Well, you want to get it shut down so it's not actively scamming anyone. So this is the current screen that pops up that has been seized.
It took me a while to comprehend what he was talking about. Then when he said that all that traffic was redirected to us to show this banner that it was a fraud, then it kind of sunk in, and I thought that was pretty neat.
According to the chief, so did the Jefferson Parish judge who signed the warrant.
The judge called him and commended him because they had never seen anything like this before either. The work he did actually saved citizens money and the anxiety and going through the steps of having to redo your identity, basically, if your identity gets stolen.
Cybersecurity expert Nam Nguyen has heard of these types of smishing scams before.
It's actually pretty prevalent.
But what he hasn't seen, what Kenner PD did.
I was actually pretty impressed that they found the right organization to report it to and to collaborate with to take it down. I thought that was pretty awesome.
Laying the footprint for how other local law enforcement agencies can tackle this type of crime.
A lot of our surrounding municipalities and sheriff's offices reached out to us to get some further information, which we gladly shared.
It may be baby steps in this new frontier of combating cyber crimes, but Chief Conley says
now it's like a game of whack-a-mole, but who knows? Eventually, maybe it'll lead to other, bigger seizures of other servers.
If you received a text message claiming you owe a toll and gave your credit card information, investigators say you should closely monitor your personal information and reach out to local law enforcement to file a report. You can also report fraud online to the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center at ic3.gov.
Because someone's on the other end of the phone saying, you're going to jail if you don't pay thousands of dollars right now into this kiosk.
Up next, they look like ordinary ATMs, but instead of cash, they deal in crypto. After the break, we explain why scammers are targeting these machines and how your money could vanish in seconds.
That's a scam, 1000%. They're not the cops.
A 75-year-old man and his wife were just the push of a button away from losing nearly $10,000 to scammers. That was until the Good Samaritan you saw in that video saved the day. The couple was about to use a Bitcoin ATM, which have increasingly popped up in grocery stores and gas stations across the country. The kiosks offer a legitimate way to convert cash to cryptocurrency. But as reporter Amy Cutler in Phoenix found, they're also being used to steal big money from innocent victims.
Hello?
It really sounded legitimate.
Tamra Glarum thought she was doing everything right. What appeared to be a problem with her PayPal account sent her searching for help. She Googled what she thought was the number, but instead she was connected with a scammer.
He said, by the way, I want you to know that someone is trying to get into all of your accounts, and we have a fraud department that's going to walk you through how we can fix that.
Tamara says the guy on the other end sounded legitimate. He even emailed her a copy of his work ID to gain her trust. But his next request should have raised a red flag.
He said, in order for me to catch this person, I have to duplicate all the transactions that he did. And I said, well, why do you need my money? He says, because we want to pretend like he's getting this money so that we can catch him.
Tamara was instructed to purchase several gift cards in varying amounts, all to try and catch the crook. Then she was told to take more money out, putting that into a Bitcoin ATM.
And I was getting really nervous about all of this going on. But he seemed like he was legitimate. He said, don't worry, I'm not going to take your money. Your money's safe.
Peoria police confirmed she lost nearly $28,000. It's one of the 24 recent incidents involving unregulated Bitcoin ATMs. In total, just in Peoria last year, they say families lost nearly $1 million. In 2023, the FBI found people in Arizona reported losing about $325 million, and that's just what was reported. Experts say there are about 600 Bitcoin ATMs statewide, and as that number grows, so do the risks.
What do you tell these people when they reach out to you about this?
What can you say? You know, you just pretty much tell them that just sorry, and there's nothing much we can do.
Ron Norfleet is the sole investigator in the Yavapai County Sheriff's Office fraud unit. Unable to solve the growing problem on his own, Norfleet reached out to the Arizona Attorney General's office for help.
Let's do it.
We rode along with Norfleet as he stopped by dozens of Bitcoin ATMs, posting these signs. It's part of a new initiative to warn the public their money might be in danger.
They are Hollywood actors, and they can figure out your mood about 2 nanoseconds once they get you on the phone.
So it was really eye-opening at the beginning just how much nefarious activity, how much fraud happened.
Anthony Zervos is a fraud analyst for Digital Mint, a company that used to own and operate Bitcoin ATMs. Their ATMs used to flag new customers who were making large transactions, running them through a series of questions to determine if they were being scammed.
Maybe 2 in 10 were legitimate, maybe 2 in 10 were actually like, I know what I'm doing.
But most Bitcoin ATM operators don't have those precautions in place. In Arizona, they're not required to. Instead, users are typically guided through a series of prompts like this, which advocates say are easy to swipe through.
If this is going to be part of our lives moving forward, let's put some rules around it and try to protect people.
Seniors are particularly susceptible. That's why Brendan Blake with AARP Arizona says they've appealed to lawmakers on the state and federal level.
It's clear that we need a national standard, and that's why I'm introducing federal legislation.
During his time as chair of the Judiciary Committee, Illinois Senator Dick Durbin wrote to the 10 largest Bitcoin ATM operators requesting that more safeguards be put in place.
The industry ought to step up and help us write those standards.
When did you realize that all of this was some kind of fraud or scam?
When he said, I'm putting the money back in, and it never went back in.
Tamara is speaking out in the hopes that she can prevent someone else from being scammed. The consequences are real and devastating.
It was all that I had because I'm on Social Security. That was my savings and my IRA.
The AARP says any request to pay or make a deposit through a crypto ATM is a big red flag. Legitimate businesses and most government agencies don't accept payment through crypto ATMs. And keep in mind, whether it's crypto or an online service like Zelle, if you send money to someone you don't know, it's virtually impossible to get it back. Coming up, Apple devices are disappearing, but not from porches like you might expect. We uncover a sophisticated scheme involving swiping your tech after delivery. It's a digital heist hiding in plain sight. Apple devices vanishing after delivery, but not by porch pirates. Investigators across the country are digging into a growing scheme that's costing victims their tech and their personal data. William Rue in Augusta spoke with a repair shop owner who is stepping in to help reunite people with their lost devices.
Tucked away in the corner of a strip mall off Bel Air Road.
This hold down bracket is your home button.
Amber Savoy owns this small electronics repair store.
And this is an iPhone SE, a newer generation iPhone SE.
She's not only fixing Apple devices, but now also trying to find their rightful owners.
Have you ever seen anything like that before?
Never. And I've worked in this industry for 20 years. I've never seen that.
At the beginning of January, surveillance video shows two men bringing in a handful of electronics.
About 15 different devices. They were all broken, and they wanted to just give them a price on it.
Devices with names connected to them of people she didn't know.
It was people that took their device to Apple to have the device repaired, and they went missing. And here they've ended up here, so I'm just trying to reconnect everybody with their devices.
In total, Amber says those devices cost more than $10,000. And so far, only 5 people have received their devices back, including this woman who saw her MacBook on Amber's Facebook post.
There are a lot of us locally that this impacted.
Her computer with the cracked screen was sent out for repair by Apple. She says no tracking label was ever given to her, and her computer was just lost.
Also, I was concerned that I had bank tax returns and things saved on my computer, and I had copies of it, but I just didn't want that out there floating around, and I didn't like that no one could tell me where the computer was.
Amber says Apple told her there were 70 devices missing from the Augusta area alone.
We actually have 2 iPads that are unclaimed. We have 3 Apple Watches that are broken and unclaimed. We have AirPods. We also have an iMac. And this iMac, new, I believe is valued probably around $3,000 or $4,000.
But is there a bigger issue with Apple products being stolen? Our I-team went digging and found pages of police reports in Columbia County. Nearly 20 identical reports from October to January detail stolen Apple products from across the county. So what's going on with all of these missing Apple devices? We talked to the Columbia County Sheriff's Office, who sent us to Richmond County. Investigators say they're still not sure who's taking all of these Apple devices. However, local law enforcement told our I-team they're unsure where exactly the issue is happening.
I just want this to stop. I think they need to acknowledge that there's some kind of issue.
Savoy says it's always a good idea to back up your data before sending your device to Apple. For people who have Apple Care warranty, she recommends having Apple send you a shipping label so you can ship it yourself directly to them instead of going to an Apple store. Xfinity and FedEx said in a statement they're working to resolve these issues. And that's it for us. Thanks for joining us here on Investigate TV Plus Weekend.